On today's menu is a popular chicken recipe served at restaurants in Kolkata, a city located in the eastern region of India. Namaskar and welcome to Curries with Bumbi, and today I will be making chicken chaap. I will first brown some onions. Heat about 2 tablespoons of oil over medium heat. Add the onions when the oil is hot but not smoking hot. Add a fourth of a teaspoon of salt and stir the onions frequently till they turn golden brown in color. Now my friends, please do not leave the side of your stove whenever you are frying onions, because onions burn very easily if you do not attend to them. So give them a stir frequently so that all of them brown evenly at the same time. You do not want a deep dark color. When they reach this stage, switch off the heat and take them out onto a plate lined with a paper towel. Allow them to cool down completely and then move on to the next step. In your blender jar, add cashew nuts. I always use broken ones as they are sold at a much cheaper price in Indian grocery stores compared to the whole ones. I use these broken ones whenever I need to make a gravy. Then white poppy seeds, also known as khashkhash. If white poppy seeds are not available at your place, add more cashew nuts in its place. Then pumpkin seeds. Usually muskmelon seeds are used which are unavailable at our place, so pumpkin seeds are just as good. First, without adding any water, just give a whiz in your blender. Now my friends, I've given all the measurement proportions in the description box, so do not worry. Next, add chopped ginger, garlic, the fried onions which have cooled down, then half a cup of plain unflavored yogurt, 2 teaspoons of ground coriander, also known as dhania powder, 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri red chilli powder, a teaspoon of shahi garam masala. I've left the link to the video of shahi garam masala in the description box, so please check that out. A teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of sugar. I added about half a cup of water and I used that same cup in which I measured out the yogurt. That's why the water is looking milky like that. You need a very smooth paste. Now you can do this in another bowl, but I am using the same pan in which I fried the onions because it still has a little bit of oil left in it and I will be cooking in this pan. As you can see, the pan is sitting on a wooden board and the stove is not on because it is time to marinate the chicken. Add that pureed paste and see all that paste still sticking onto the jar? Save that for later. Add freshly ground black pepper, then mix everything very well and marinate this for an hour. You can also marinate it overnight in the refrigerator. After 1 hour, I placed the pan on my stove on medium-low heat. A fourth of a cup of oil goes in. I added a cup of water to my blender jar to get all that paste to the last drop. Give a good mix and let it come up to a gentle boil. As soon as you see those bubbles, give a stir, reduce heat to the lowest mark possible and cover on. Allow this to simmer away on a very low heat for 45 minutes or until your chicken gets tender. Remember one thing, that you need to stir from time to time. Since we used cashew nuts, things can settle at the bottom of your pan and get burnt. And we are not making a burnt chicken chaap today. Okay my friends, next warm about half a cup of milk, add a few strands of saffron and mix. Now I know saffron is extremely expensive, so please don't worry if you don't have it. You can leave it out completely. In that case, you can add just a very tiny pinch of turmeric powder to the milk. At the 20-minute mark, add a tablespoon of ghee. And this is my homemade ghee. Next, add that saffron milk. Now if you see the gravy to be turning too thick or dry, do add some hot water. Again, cover on and let it simmer away on low heat till the chicken turns tender. Please remember to give a stir from time to time. Beginners, I would highly recommend using a good quality non-stick pot or pan for this recipe. This dish really takes me back down the memory lane. I remember how my dad sometimes used to buy mutton chop from a very small restaurant on his way back home from work. When he brought this, he told my mom not to tell me and my sister before serving because we just loved having this. But you know what? No matter how much my parents tried to keep it a secret, they were never successful in it because the smell just wafted around the whole house, and we knew Baba has brought home chaap for us. Okay, back to the present day. The more the gravy gets cooked, the color changes. If you feel your gravy is looking too white, you can either add more Kashmiri red chilli powder or sweet paprika if you want to avoid the heat, but add just a little at a time. You do not want the gravy to turn too red in color. Okay, my chicken has turned soft. Do a taste test at this point and adjust the seasonings if required. Next, an interesting ingredient, that is keora water. Keora water is extracted from a flower, so it gives this floral kind of flavor to the curry. You can also use rose water. Now I know many people doesn't like this floral smell in their curries, so you can leave out keora water. But in that case, please add a combination of 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground mace and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Add it at this point. Then cover it for 2 more minutes and you are done. My friends, this is extremely delicious. The chicken turns out to be super soft and that gravy is irresistibly delicious. The smell will make everyone hungry. Your guests will love it, you will love it. Even your neighbors may be asking you what you are cooking. Enjoy this restaurant-style chicken chaap with biryani or pulao or naan. Please give me a thumbs up and do leave a comment for me. Bye-bye.